Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is the Wandering Creative Life, and I am Arden Coots. Today, I think I'm just gonna ramble a bit about being a multi-passionate creative and having no idea what you want to do with your life. Yeah, I think that's how today's gonna go. I have, from a very early age, always had this feeling of wanting or needing something more. Sorry. And I have been followed by that feeling through my entire life, and I don't know what it means or how to solve for it. It's just this deep set feeling of knowing that something more is out there and wanting to tap into it. And I'm hoping some folks can kind of relate to that, knowing that there's more for you, but not being able to quite understand or grasp exactly what that thing is. And I decided, going into year 38 of my life, that I would attempt to figure it out. And so far, I am almost a month in to being 38, and I'm more confused than ever. Still have no idea what is going on. Made some life choices just in the last month that I am regretting and attempting to fix that impact my daily life. So it's still learning, still making mistakes. I probably will be until I die. But I guess I always thought that as you got older, you made less mistakes and things became clearer. And maybe it does for some people, but for me, life is just getting more and more muddled with the things that I am passionate about. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think being a multi-passionate person or creator is bad. I think there's a lot that goes into trying to figure out how to manage those things and how to, how to organize your life around them. Because I think it's quite easy for us to see what other people are doing with their passions and want to do the same. It's very hard for me to not create businesses around my passions. Like knitting, for example. Love knitting. Don't know where I would be without it. It has gotten me through a lot of very hard mental health times. I have knitted myself into a better mindset. I love knitting. I love making things. And there's a huge part of me that wants to turn that into some type of business. Whether it's selling the things I make or, coaching people on mental health and knitting, something along those lines. But we also need to have hobbies and things that we enjoy just for us. And I struggle to keep that in mind. because I want to make everything into a job. I want to have a business. I've always wanted to have a business, and it's hard to not turn everything into some type of business. So I'm trying very hard to keep that in mind as I explore my passions and find new things that I'm passionate about. Not everything has to be a business. Some things can be just for fun. That being said, the struggle is real. And I'm not great at taking my own advice. So I am starting a business. Probably not in 2024 because it's almost over. But 2025, I've got plans. But what I want to touch on a little bit before I get into that is how Project 38 is going. I'm very stuffy and I apologize. Also, my computer keeps going off, so one moment while I silence this nugget over here, because otherwise we'll be hearing it throughout the entire video. Okay, so as I was saying, Project 38 is not off to a great start. I started in August kind of taking notes on what I wanted to improve on or focus on with Project 38. And the goal of Project 38 is to live intentionally and creatively for a year and to see how my life changes. And I wanted to focus on writing, photography, my physical health, my mental health, and my lifestyle, in that I want a more cozy life. I want to be settled and comfortable in my life. And that's a big one for me because I don't ever feel settled. I'm always looking, always wanting something. So I am hoping that by doing this exercise for the next year, it will help me feel more settled. And in looking at why I want to do this, I want to form new, better habits, which is really hard for me. I want to feel better about myself than how I do now. I want to be proud of myself, which is something that's very hard for me to do. Always has been. Probably always will be something that I have to work on. But I think by forming new habits and getting closer to my goals and who I want to be will help me feel prouder of myself. And I want to be content in my life. And perhaps that need and that want that I can't get will lessen. There are also dogs barking in the background. I don't know if you can hear them, but it's happening. That's what I get for recording a video on a Sunday. Everyone's home. Everyone's making noise. And one other question that I asked myself when I was coming up with what I wanted to do for Project 38 was, what do I want my life to feel like? And I want it to be relaxed, comfortable, cozy, yet full and exciting, which can contradict each other. All of those things kind of go against each other, but that is how I see my life, a mix of cozy comfort and excitement and invigorating projects. Yeah, kind of a weird mix, I think, but totally doable. I then looked at how I could achieve these things, right? There's a lot of stuff that I want to do, a lot of things I want to achieve in the next year, but living intentionally and creatively for a year is kind of a big goal, especially without steps on how to achieve that. So, I made a list of ways to achieve this goal, and that includes setting clear goals, like creating action steps, so actionable things that I can actually do and see results from. Creating a vision board, which represents my ideal life. And like, let's be honest, we all love a good vision board. We love vision boards. Develop daily habits like morning journaling, meditation, evening reflections, things like that. Doing that daily or weekly. Setting monthly creative challenges. Doing quarterly life audits, so reviewing my progress towards my goals, celebrating my successes, documenting lessons learned, cultivating inspiring relationships. This is an important one to me. I want to tap into the local community here in Durham and want to meet more people and get out more. I'm very much a homebody. I work from home 100% of the time. I don't go out much, so building community is a little bit hard for me right now, but it's something I want to do more of. I want to create a dedicated creative space, which is something I am still thinking about. I do live in a kind of small apartment, so I've kind of got my little corner here with my books and my plants and my little crochet critters and things. But I don't know. I'll see where that takes me. Practice mindful consumption. Really hard for me. I am a doom scroller. I get on social media and just lose myself. So I am working on that. Scheduling artist dates. Haven't done that yet. Maybe, but soon, maybe. Develop a gratitude practice, which gratitude is something I struggle with. It's very hard for me to sit down and write what I'm thankful for. I don't know if that's a like being depressed thing or just a me thing, but it is very difficult. And setting weekly intentions. So those are some ways that I am looking at setting myself up for success. Have I done any of these things yet? No. We're a month in. I've not done any of them. But I've recently had a conversation with a good friend, and it has kind of reignited my passion for this project and for my business idea. So, which is great, but also I'm an impatient person and I want things to come to fruition quickly. And it's hard to wait and plan and do things right. I would love to just jump in and have a business. That's not how it works though. So I've got to do it right and correctly and set myself up for success. And that takes time and effort. And if I'm going to do this, I really want to do it quote unquote right. And by that, I mean, I want to set myself up for success in whatever business I launch next. It doesn't mean right by what other people think it should be or how it should be, if that makes sense. So that's kind of Project 38 and what I'm working towards. And I think what else I wanted to talk a little bit about was being a multi-passionate creative and person and how to function, I guess. It's overwhelming for me. I maybe it is for other people as well, but I love so many things. I want to do so many things that I get overwhelmed and I do nothing. I want to knit. I want to learn how to crochet. I want to do punch needle. I want to illustrate. I want to write. I want to do all of the things, and I have no time and no energy when it comes down to it. And when I do have time and energy, I've got to pick. I also want to read a lot. I want to get lost in a good book. I want to listen to audiobooks at the same time and podcasts and like all of these things. I want to make YouTube videos. I want to create all this content. And it's just, where do you start? Or how do you organize yourself in a way that makes sense? Do you organize yourself? Is it, I'm going to say healthy, just because I can't think of another word, but is it healthy to schedule your hobbies, or are they things that you should just be doing when you want to, because they're supposed to be fun and relaxing? I don't know. It's a lot to think about. And I don't know if I have any answers. I'm just kind of rambling, getting my thoughts out in the hopes that maybe this will help other people work through those same questions. Like, how do you function as a multi-passionate person? Do you schedule your hobby time? Do you just do what hits you in that moment? Yeah, I don't know. I try to schedule writing time, but that is because I consider writing kind of a job rather than a hobby, because I do publish and get a little tiny bit of income from it. So I don't know. Just things to think about. But I am moving towards launching something in 2025. And it's big for me, and it's exciting, and it's scary, and there's going to be a lot of monetary a lot of money dedicated to it, I guess. I don't know, but a financial need. I don't know the right way to say it, but it's gonna be a big lift. But I think it could be something really amazing if I can get it together. And I think it will be really beneficial to a lot of people in the creative space. And I see potential for growth. And I just think it's going to be really freaking cool. And it's going to build a community and kind of bring all of my passions together into one space, which I'm the most excited for. So yeah, more on that as it starts to take shape and I can share more about it. It's still in the very early developmental stage, so I don't want to share too much about what it is right now, but I think come January I'll be ready to start sharing more information. But until then, I would say keep an eye out on this channel, on my Instagram at Arden Coots, and come along for the ride. Not only for this new thing I'm building, but for Project 38. I will try to do monthly updates just to keep myself accountable, mainly. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how I change in the next year, if I change in the next year. And yeah, I don't know. It'll be a fun little adventure for us to go on together. So stay tuned. And thanks for tuning in. If you've made it this far, let me know in the comments. And let me know if you enjoyed this type of video where it's kind of me just rambling about creativity. Cool. Thanks for tuning in.